The arena glowed with anticipation. Fans from Ukraine and South Africa filled the air with chants, flags waving, cameras flashing. At one corner stood Oleksandr Usyk, the undefeated Ukrainian, Olympic gold medalist, the master of angles and movement. In the opposite corner, Thabiso, the Rock Mchunu, the South African warrior, a skilled counterpuncher known for frustrating bigger men with his awkward rhythm. The bell rang. Both fighters enter the chess match. Usyk, unusually patient, probed with his right jab but refrained from throwing the big left. Mchunu, sharp and crafty, countered effectively and even won a few early exchanges, stunning the crowd. The commentators praised Mchunu's timing and clever movement. The first 3 rounds were close, with Mchunu slightly ahead on the scorecards. Usyk's corner urged him to stay calm, use the jab, and slowly break Mchunu's rhythm. The tension in the arena thickened as everyone sensed something was about to change. Round 4 began, and Usyk's demeanor shifted. He started doubling the jab, feinting more, stepping around Mchunu's guard. Slowly but surely, he began landing clean left hands, snapping Mchunu's head back. The South African tried to counter, but Usyk's footwork was now dictating the pace. His famous angles started appearing, pivoting left, pivoting right, forcing Mchunu to reset over and over. The crowd roared as Usyk landed his first big left of the fight, sending a message. The champion is here. By round 5, Usyk was no longer waiting, he was hunting. His combinations came faster, his head movement sharper, and Mchunu began missing wildly. The fight had officially swung in Usyk's favor. By round 6, Usyk was in full control. He began throwing 5 and 6 punch combinations, mixing head and body shots, forcing Mchunu onto the back foot. The crowd could feel the momentum shift. Every Usyk combination drew cheers. Then came the first big breakthrough. A beautifully timed left uppercut caught Mchunu flush, sending him stumbling to the canvas. The referee counted as Mchunu got back to his feet, but Usyk smelled blood. His combinations rained down with precision, his footwork cutting off every escape route. Between rounds, Mchunu's corner urged him to stay disciplined, but the damage was starting to show. His face swelled, his counters grew slower, and Usyk was now landing at will. Round 7 and 8 saw Usyk in his element, fast, fluid, relentless. He attacked from every angle, mixing jabs, hooks, and straight lefts. Mchunu, brave and resilient, kept firing back, but his shots lacked the same snap. Usyk scored a second knockdown, this time with a left hand over the top. Mchunu again rose, but the champion pressed forward, digging to the body, snapping the head back with clean shots. The Ukrainian fans roared louder with every landed punch. By the end of round 8, it was clear that Mchunu was barely surviving. The commentators could sense the finish coming. Usyk's timing was perfect, his stamina unbroken. The champion was closing the show. Round 9 began with Usyk stalking forward, eyes locked on his target. He unleashed a crisp right jab, followed by a devastating left uppercut that sent Mchunu down for the 3rd time. The crowd erupted. Mchunu bravely got up, but Usyk wasted no time. A flurry of punches forced referee Lou Moret to step in and stop the fight. The bell never rang again. Oleksandr Usyk had done it, a TKO victory at 1:53 of round 9. The announcer's voice thundered through the arena. And still, the undefeated WBO cruiserweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk. The crowd exploded in celebration. Usyk smiled, raised his hands, and danced in the ring. The champion had reminded the world why he was the future of boxing. As the crowd's roar faded into applause, the respect between warriors took center stage. Usyk embraced Mchunu, whispering a few words of appreciation. The South African nodded, his face swollen but full of pride. He had stood toe-to-toe with one of the best in the world. The Ukrainian flag draped over Usyk's shoulders as he circled the ring, soaking in the cheers. Reporters rushed ringside, fans chanted his name, and cameras flashed as if capturing history in real time. Commentators praised Usyk's adjustments, how he started slow, analyzed every movement, then dismantled Mchunu with precision. The victory wasn't just about power, it was about mastery, the kind that cements a fighter's reputation as a once-in-a-generation talent. Back in the locker room, Usyk smiled for the cameras, his team surrounding him like a victorious army. He spoke calmly but confidently. This is just the beginning. Fans worldwide were already talking. Social media lit up with clips of the knockdowns, slow-motion replays of Usyk's angles, and fans calling him the future of the division. For Mchunu, the night was bittersweet, but he had earned respect. He had pushed Usyk to bring out his very best. For Oleksandr Usyk, The road ahead was clear: unify the cruiserweight titles, then conquer heavyweight. The fight against Mchunu had been more than just a defense. It was a statement to the boxing world: the champion is coming for everyone. The bell had long stopped ringing, but the arena was still electric. Fans were on their feet, waving flags, chanting Usyk, Usyk, like a war cry. In that moment, Oleksandr Usyk wasn't just a champion. He was a symbol of technical brilliance and national pride. Mchunu, ever the warrior, stayed in the ring to acknowledge the crowd. The two fighters met once more in the center, touched gloves, and shared a nod, the universal language of respect between fighters who have just gone through war. And as Usyk raised his WBO belt high, under the bright lights, cameras captured the image that would go viral worldwide. The champion, smiling through sweat, drenched in glory. After the fight, Usyk stood in front of the microphone. The crowd fell silent. He spoke with fire: "I fight for my people, for boxing fans everywhere, and for history. This is not the end. It is just the beginning." That line exploded across social media. Memes, highlight clips, and inspirational edits went viral overnight. Fans didn't just see a fighter, they saw a man with a mission. Even boxing legends began to take notice, calling him the most complete cruiserweight of this era. And in living rooms across the world, young boxers laced their gloves a little tighter, inspired by the Ukrainian master. As the night drew to a close, the cameras followed Usyk backstage. He sat quietly, belt in hand, reflecting on the battle he had just won. Then he smiled, that trademark Usyk smile, as if already thinking about his next opponent. For the fans, this wasn't just a fight. It was a glimpse of a future where Usyk would climb to heavyweight glory. The story was far from over. And as the credits rolled on this night, one thing was clear: Oleksandr Usyk had not just defended his title. He had announced to the world that he was coming for every belt, every challenger, every mountain left to climb.